Hello, my name is Lyndell Edmondson. My role at John Early is actually a dual role. I am the AVID teacher at John Early, and I am also the senior curator at John Early, which means that I run the museum.
Hi, I'm Patricia Terrell. I'm the school counselor at John Early Museum Magnet Middle School.
What were your initial expectations for the Intuverse Academy pilot program?
Well, my initial expectations were I really wasn't sure, but I knew that anything that you do is going to be special, it's going to be creative, it's going to be innovative, and it's going to be something that will be beneficial for the participants.
Ms. Terrell, from a guidance counselor's perspective, what are some of the key social emotional challenges middle school students face today?
I believe environmental are big challenges as you know what children see in their home environments, what's around them, what's in their neighborhoods, as well as just basic peer pressure, which has been around for a long time. A lot of our students have peer pressures with friends, sometimes even their own families to do things that you know we feel that we may not understand, but in their realm and in their household it may be right. So again, I feel like peer pressure is one of the biggest I guess issues teens or preteens face.
Having sat in on all sessions, what was the most significant change you observed in the students, individually or as a group, over the 6 weeks?
Well, when I think about all of the sessions that the children participated in and looked at the way their behaviors, their attitude towards their work has changed, I think that this was a maturing time for them. It helped them to understand themselves. It helped them to understand how to deal with pressure, peer pressure, how to deal with their own emotions, and just what to do in circumstances when they were not sure or uncertain. I think it has been an incredible program for them, a program that I think that it would be safe for me to say that they learned a lot about themselves through this whole process.
How does Intuverse Academy align with the social emotional learning (SEL) goals and initiatives of the school slash district?
From the Intute Academy, the first thing that I saw immediately was the self-awareness and promoting self-awareness with our students. And I think that's something that we align not only academically with our students, but also socially. So students are self-aware of their threshold, what things that they need to work on, some things they may need to pull back on. And so, again, just that full self-awareness.
Can you recall a specific moment or student interaction that stood out to you as particularly impactful?
Wow, that's a difficult question, and I'd say that that's a difficult question because I think that in every session, I was amazed at the learning curve of all of the students. And I can tell you that as the students were leaving and going to another class, overheard, with that listening ear, things like, this was great, this was amazing, I think I can do this. I think that this is wonderful. This is something that I can help with my family with. So I can't say that there was just one particular activity or one session, because I think that all of the sessions that you had with them were sessions that helped them to evolve into knowing themselves and to handling situations that they maybe would not have handled quite as well if it had not been for the Intuverse Academy.
And based on the sessions you observed, what specific benefits do you think students gained from participating in the program?
I just think helping and assisting with their goal planning, when you had, just your lessons alone, and also with your guest speaker, when I attended one of your lessons, which was very impactful and very powerful, especially with our demographic of students. So just the relatability and then the goal planning that goes along with it.
How did the Intuverse framework, Ignite, Heal, Build, Crown, seem to resonate with the students? Do you feel like it was easy for them to grasp?
I think that everything that you did was easy for them to grasp. Now, one of the things that I think that was most powerful to me was that they were able to learn themselves. You know, sometimes at this age, it's difficult for them to know who they are. It's difficult for them to understand why they are having certain emotions and then how to handle those emotions. But each one of your sessions, each one of the activities, whether it was you or whether it was a guest that came in, helped them to become the well-rounded individuals that they need to be in order to thrive academically as well as personally.
Did you notice any changes in student behavior, self-expression, or emotional regulation after they participated in the program?
Yes, I'm going to say a student that's in one of your classes that attended the lesson or the academy. We have a program called Song to Grow, which students record their how they feel online. And one of the students stated just something that I know that they had been in attendance. The way that, and the question was asked, how do you think people perceive you? And so automatically the response was, I know people see me as this, but I am this. And so I thought about the lesson, one of the lessons that I attended, where you always ask the students to state like, who are you, or what, one word that describes you, or different things that you did to just kind of make the students again self-aware. So yes, I do see that.
How did the program integrate with the existing classroom environment or school day?
Well, I think that it enhanced the environment in the classroom. Sometimes children hesitate to answer a question. Sometimes children hesitate to even ask a question. But after being in the academy, they became more self-assured. They became more assertive. And I don't mean assertive in a negative way, assertive in a positive way. They became more self-aware. And I just think that overall, it gave them an assurance that maybe they did not have before they participated in the academy.
How important is it for students to have frameworks like Ignite, Heal, and Build to navigate identity and emotional development?
It's very important because you're building on skills that are for now and here and beyond, right? Mm-hmm. So again, the skills that you're teaching, and I may say this, all may not have gotten it right then and there, but I guarantee you it'll be somewhere along the way in their life or in their high school experience, college, or what have you, that something will resonate. So again, it was just, goal planning and just lifelong learning type things. So we just, the kids, I think, when they look at it, they're just like, okay, these are some skills that I can apply for now mm-hmm. and maybe later, okay. Even if they don't get it now.
Right. So what was your impression of the program structure and the way the lessons and activities were delivered?
Well, knowing you, everything was perfect. But everything fell in place. It wasn't, and I don't know whether you have ever experienced being somewhere where it seemed like it was a hodgepodge or just blah. Mm-hmm. Everything fell in place, everything lined up, everything was the way it needed to be so that the children could, okay, lesson 1, lesson 2 built on lesson 1, mm-hmm. lesson 3 built on lesson 1 and 2, and there was a genuine progression so that the children could not help but remember everything that they did through the whole academy because one followed the other so very precisely.
What makes Intuverse Academy unique compared to other SEL programs you might be familiar with?
I think I said it earlier, the relatability that you have, just by, again, bringing in community people and, just to kind of talk to students that maybe have had the same experiences, you being very relatable in sharing your own experiences and giving students, I guess, hope and some type of like they can obtain a goal. And as you model that, so we appreciate that. So I just think you show them a relatability that they can actually obtain to do, to have an academy, to teach, to, horn in on their music or, creativity. So the relatability, can't say it enough.
And
Is it okay for me to add on to what she
Yeah,
said?
yeah.
Well, one of the things that I thought that the children enjoyed was the fact that, when you come into the classroom, a regular academic classroom, is sit down, take out your paper, write what's on the board, answer the questions. But for you, there was a variety in each lesson, so or activity. So they may write a little bit, they may draw a little bit, they may role play a little bit. They were able to talk back and forth to you, talk to each other, express their opinions. So it was just the simple fact that there was so much variety in each lesson that they didn't have time to be bored. They didn't have time to say, I don't want this again. There was never any of that because there was such a huge variety in every activity that they did in every lesson.
do you believe a program like Intuverse Academy is needed in schools today and why? And you both can ping off of this.
I think that it is not only needed, but it is necessary. Sometimes children don't have an opportunity to say what they think and how they feel. Sometimes I believe that our lessons are very canned lessons with predictable responses. But your academy gave them an opportunity to talk about their feelings. It gave them an opportunity to explore their feelings. And then it gave them an opportunity to look at things that they could do to advance themselves academically as well as socially and emotionally.
Again, totally agree with Mrs. E. It is very, very needed for our students so that, again, they can build on those social and emotional skills and to help them just prepare for, here and beyond. So I wish we could have your program in every school, really. I mean, because it was very helpful and it gave the kids, again, some type of goal planning.
What would be the value proposition of bringing this to more students in our school or district?
I think that it would help the value of bringing it to more schools, or just more students will have more insight of just be doing better, just wanting to, again, becoming more self-aware, to just become a better student socially, academically, just a total student. And so those are the skills that our students are going to need for life.
What kind of support or resources would be needed to successfully implement this program on a larger scale?
That's a good question. I just believe funding. I think funding would be good as the program goes through different schools to just, have that support for your program and be able to fund what's needed, like different things if you wanted to possibly take a field trip or, if you needed different, supplies and different things like that. So just funding.
What potential do you see for the Academy to be implemented more broadly?
I think the possibilities are endless. And I think the possibilities are endless, especially for middle school and high school age children, because this is a difficult age. And the more supports that students have to be successful, the better it is. So I think the possibilities, as I said, are endless because the need is so great.
Do any of you guys have anything that you want to say to other schools, principals, or even students that's thinking about bringing Intuverse Academy?
I think that it is a vital program to have for middle school and high school age students. I think it is a program that allows children to, or scholars to learn themselves and to understand themselves. And when you know yourself, know your limitations, but also are able to verbalize how you feel about anything, whether it's academics, whether it's something personal at home, whether it is whatever, the academy is one that helps them to be strong. It helps them to be not emotional, but intellectual. It helps them to be able to accurately articulate how they feel, but also regulate how they feel as well. So this is a program that is necessary in every Metropolitan Nashville public school.
Yes, since a lot of our schools are using a multi-tiered system for behavior and academics, we call that the MTSS behavior process or MTSS academic process. I think as it relates to behavior, it would help with our students. As we look at data, I think it would prevent a lot of the behaviors that we see, and it would offer what we have a tier one, which we say that's available for everybody. You know, these resources for the school is available for every student. But when we get into tier two and tier three, we look at more individualized or more smaller kind of groups of support or students that need support. So and that maybe it can be like small groups. So I think about this as like a tier two support for schools that would help students in a more small group setting. That would just have an impact on those students' behavior, that are really struggling with needing a behavior intervention. So that's what I think about when I think about your program, just helping impact and bringing down that behavior data.
What does being crowned within mean to you?
Ooh, that's powerful.
Because that is the outcome
Right.
of each student. I want them to come out of Intuverse Academy knowing that they are crowned within. So when you hear that, what do you think about
To me,
to you?
I think that brings me joy because it's saying to our students that when they come through this academy that they're going to have the crown. And then think about the music video that you shared and you did with our students, and just the crown, just relating to the crown, and just looking at that, saying that again, you are the best, you can be the best, and when you come out of the program and use these tools, you are going to project the best. So that's what I think. When I think about the program, is just like the best, just being the best, because we're giving you these tools. We just want you to use them.
I agree with her 100%. As she was talking, I thought about the old saying, "To thine own self be true," and this is a program that helps students to be true to themselves, but also not only just being true to themselves, but I'm going to echo what you say, being the best them they could possibly be, projecting their best, doing their best, being their best.
Okay. Well, that wraps it up. I appreciate both of you for allowing me to even do this inside of school. Thank you for sharing your students with me. 2 years with John Early. We're about to be 2 songs in, and it just keeps progressing. So, yeah, I appreciate you.
We thank you. Thank you so much for loving children, for loving what you are doing, and for making a difference in the lives of children in this community. That's powerful to be able to say that you have made a difference.